Hi, I'm Alexander Sheriff. What you're about to see is the dream come true of a young child growing to love the outdoors and the sport of hunting. When I turned 5, my dad and uncle started taking me along on their weekend hunting trips, teaching me basic survival skills and giving me mostly just camp chores. Watching them hunt, fish, and utilize game started a lifelong love affair with hunting. I started with a Diana airgun and had my first shotgun, a 16-gauge double, at the age of 11. Later on in life, after reading Papa Hemingway's Green Hills of Africa and Teddy Roosevelt's African Game Trails, I wished that someday I would travel and hunt in Africa like those men. Finally, in May of 2007, and with a lot of anticipation, planning, and family sacrifices, I left for an 11-day plains game safari to the country of South Africa. On this trip, I was accompanied by my longtime friend, John Good. John had been to Africa on several other occasions, but he accepted my invitation to come along and be the cameraman on this trip. Without his presence, the production of this DVD would not have been possible. Africa is a special place. It is full of mystery, passion, and adventure. And despite the title dark, it is in fact a very colorful continent. Everyone in their lifetime should try to reach her shores, touch its red dirt, see its animals, and smell its air. For sports hunters in particular, as Teddy Roosevelt put it, Africa is a Garden of Eden. Today, for the price of an elk hunt in North America, you can go to Africa and harvest half a dozen of their plains game animals. And remember, the only way the survival of these animals is guaranteed is through the fees collected by the hunters, which also creates thousands of jobs and provides revenues to track down illegal poachers. In other words, your hunt in Africa will not only benefit the wildlife, but it will provide for its future and guarantee its conservation. Now, kick back with the Sundowner and enjoy the documentary. Our camp was located in the province of Limpopo, a 4-hour drive from Johannesburg International Airport, traveling northeast. We were only 30 kilometers from the Botswana border. Upon arrival, we were greeted warmly and had just enough time to sight in our rifle. This was the first day of our safari. We left camp around 5 a.m. looking for a trophy wildebeest. Despite the jet lag and getting acclimated with the new surroundings, we had a fantastic day in the bush. Harvesting a trophy kudu bull is on top of the list for every sport hunter that goes to Africa. I was no exception. On this day, we drove through the mountains to look for a kudu. If we get one, let's watch.
All right.
Yes. Huh? This is boy kudu hivi.
Kudu gods are with us today.
Mr. Sure.
Having passed up on several immature kudu bulls on day 2, we left camp early to go to a different area, looking for kudu again. But the unexpected happened along the way. Butt busting yesterday in the mountains. We spotted this kudu very close to the farm, and we were hoping maybe we get a chance at him. And sure enough, the next day, driving out, we see him jump the fence, parked the car, made a brilliant stalk, waited for him to clear the brush with 5 cows, and there we are. Wish you're all here, we can have a barbecue kudu backstrap. Here we are at the skinning shed. It is imperative to know that no parts of the harvested animals are wasted in Africa. Prime cuts goes to the camp's kitchen for our daily meals. The trim meat goes to the workers. The rest is sold to a butcher, and the internals are left for the jackals, hyenas, and the marabou storks. The hide and the horns go back with the hunter after they've been treated and processed. There it is, 100% game utilization.
There it is. Just a little over 58.5.
At this point, I should mention the reason behind the title Lucky in the movie. I was given that title by one of the professional hunters on day 3, after having intercepted that huge free-roaming kudu bull. On day 4, we decided to hunt for my next praise trophy, a gemsbok. Let's see what the Lord had in store for us. Anna, this is for you. My love, you wanted a nice zebra rug? Here it is. A younger one with a medium mane and very few scars. That's a sign of a long shot when they blow up like this. We had a younger one charging at us. They are so beautiful. Look at the coat on this animal. Isn't this something? It's out of this world. That was exciting. Dodged our head, walked barely on our knees. There was a whole whack of them too. A 6-year-old mane that we harvested. She actually has a little disease in her foot, which means she would not have survived more than a couple of years. Very nice height, no scars, no bites. It's the perfect rug. Why the native wanted. party so far with our PA Jack and here John. We've had a tremendous day. We got a nice zebra this morning and lost an opportunity on a water buck. I couldn't take a shot. And then at the end of the day, we saw, Carl saw this magnificent Gems buck that Jack tracked, and it was amazing. I don't know how he did it, but he did it. And we couldn't take a shot, so we just kind of started walking, and eventually we spotted her about 200 yards away, and I had to take a rear end shot, slowed her down, and then we ran, and about 400 yards later we caught up with her, took a shot and finished her off. Beautiful trophy. Having had 4 successful days in a row, we went hunting, but in a more relaxed mood. I had my first encounter with a jackal and had a fantastic suck on a herd of blessed bucks. But did we score?
Laza wamjake ambara wamnenya Haizu malahelu mizali mrenivenya Atuvurna nenala nina uzatsakaisa Hanadi kupakaza isiti nandi uwaisa Kila gitara misang-sang tumanadala sa tanan na randay manantar Sana muladas manamara pa istara nagkaskara Nuste malazamana tatara maliwtene Maliwtene anizya Maliwtene anizya
We had only 5 days left and had been eluded several times by both the red hartebeest and the blessed bucks. Jacques Berger, my professional hunter, assured me that he had a new strategy in mind. Did it really work? Let's see. We've been eluded by these son of a guns. Finally, we found this herd 400 yards away, and I'm not a 400-yard shooter, So our PH came up with this awesome plan to get close to him. I took a 180-yard shot right underneath the chin. It was worth the wait, you know?
Beautiful horse.
It is worth the wait.
Beautiful crow.
What a color. Look at this color.
Yeah.
This guy is perfect.
Look at this color.
He is fine.
And he's not damaged. The bullet just, I don't know if it's showing the mount, but it's not a problem. We've seen so much game today. Anything you can imagine. But this is what I was waiting for, my goodness.
No,
It's internal.
Yeah?
just a little spot right there on the stick, huh?
Look at this magnificent rack.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Look at these bosses. They almost come. I mean, look at that. That's 2/8 of an inch. In between.
You know, this animal wasn't even on my list when I came to Africa. But when I saw him the first day with Jack, it's love at first sight, buddy. Where we are today. This is a magnificent animal. You have to come to Africa, guys, in North America to see this game, to really appreciate this game. The way these horns are, the way the skin. Joy in my heart. You know what happens when you get all these nice animals that you have guided us? We have a couple of animals left and you're running out of time. You just get antsy. Am I going to get my hands on one? Am I going to shake? Is my finger going to shake? But patience pays off.
Les Bach is down. Number 7.
Our expansion. Congratulations. That's outstanding.
Where did he hit?
2 inches.
Yes. He won the summer. This is the last one.
Beautiful fish.
Quite a bit smaller than the hartebeest, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Size-wise.
The size of an animal.
Yeah.
Or even smaller. Larger.
I got your record still.
Same.
Get that, Dad.
It's 32.
Okay.
Smell like goats. The story of this one. We saw this herd and Jack studied them for, I don't know, 1 hour. And it was so tough. I had to count like a baby. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they would all mix up. I didn't want to make a mistake. Take a female that has horns, but finally, you know, everything worked out. How beautiful this animal is. Look at this white patch on. Look at this. Look at this white patch.
Makafisi manalazi amiza fanana Inabuni la tabata Inabuni farafara Na mi sinitoka Ati mi sinitoka Baba ku baba kwe Baba kuwe Baba ku baba kwe Baba kuwe Baba ku baba kwe Baba kuwe Baba ku baba kwe Baba kuwe
On this day, we took a break from hunting and went to the nearest towns of Thabazimbi and Lefalale for some curio shopping. Later in the afternoon, we took to the Bushveld again, looking for the game that we had not harvested yet.
Misotana uwa, atona ulava lakana. Ye makafisi manalazi, amisa ifana nako. Hene mu ila tabata, hene mu farafara, na misi nitoka, na timisi nitoka. Baba ku baba kwe, baba kuwe, 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 baba ku baba kwe, baba kuwe.
Having bagged all the big antelopes, we set out looking for a steenbok, a tiny and limber antelope no bigger than a dog. Towards the evening, we sat some 100 paces away from a waterhole with our optics at hand. Watching animals come to water was probably one of the highlights of the entire safari. That was quick.
That was fast.
What? 4 inches?
Same here.
So 1 7/8. So
1 7/8, 1 7/8.
that's 3 3/4.
3/4.
3 3/4 and 8. 11 3/4.
Yeah, very good.
What's the minimum? 11. So we just made it.
Yeah.
On a roll.
It's day 8 here in the great Bushveld. And the undefeated Jack never failed. He took us to an area where we finally got a shot at the steenbok. A nice one too that made the record book. And that's about it. We're happy. We're just going to go back to camp and have him caped and have a good rest of the day.
Babylone, c'est pas la joie. Et pourquoi pleures-tu vraiment ça? Je t'en prie, ne fais pas ça. Sois fier, va vivre chez toi. Car Babylone, c'est pas la joie.
We shot a nice steenbok this morning. We're sitting at a waterhole just watching these big warthogs. 100 yards away, see if anything comes in. So much fun. Beats working any day. Cheers.
Dans le ciel, idéons vers l'éternel, c'est le temps qui le dira. Mais pourquoi pleures-tu vraiment ça? Je t'en prie, ne fais pas ça. Sois fier, va vivre chez toi. Car Babylone, c'est pas la joie.
It's called sharpening a knife.
Il n'y a besoin de Dieu cruel. Babylone, c'est un ami mortel. Votre femme n'a point d'oreille. Une plaie d'argent n'est pas mortelle. Nous sommes victimes des erreurs du passé. Aujourd'hui confus dans un monde cassé. Les hommes du Christ nous traitent comme...
This would be the last day I could hunt all day with my professional hunter, Jack Berger. We had a great time and success so far, and had secured a true friendship in the past 9 days. We decided to drive to the mountains again, looking for the elusive mountain reedbuck. I should say, we had a very adventurous outing.
Majivuno mengi bibi ni ya nini? Kuniponda ponda, majivuno mengi bibi ni ya nini? Kuniponda ponda, heshima pia nyumbani imekwisha nawe, waniweka pembeni, heshima pia kila siku. Mimi nimechoka, majivuno mengi bibi ni ya nini? Kuniponda ponda, heshima pia nyumbani imekwisha, nawe waniweka pembeni. Kwa hiyo sasa nimepata mengine, maneno mengi yamechosha mwenzio. Mdundiko nakolesa yo 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 yo, nakolesa yo sherie, nakolesa yo 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 yo, nakolesa yo sherie. Nakotika yo 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 yo, nakotika yo sherie, nakotika yo 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 yo, nakotika yo sherie. Sheri nanga banyi makambo mabe, nakolesa yo 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 yo, nakolesa yo sherie, nakolesa yo 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 yo, nakolesa yo sherie. Nango nyoso obebisi olingoyo
Hasimbonanga, hasimbonangu Mandela jina lape khona, lape hleli khona. Hasimbonanga, hasimbonangu Mandela jina lape khona, lape hleli khona.
On day 10, we took advantage of the day trip planned to visit Pilanesberg National Park, a 3-hour drive from camp. This would take up most of the day. Up to now, I had passed up on several opportunities to harvest a trophy warthog, but in late afternoon of that day, I decided to look for one.
Till comes the day we cross the burning water. Hasimbonanga, hasimbonangu Mandela jina lape khona, lape hleli khona. Hasimbonanga, hasimbonangu Mandela jina lape khona, lape hleli khona. A seagull wings across the sea. Broken silence is what I dream. Who has the words to close the distance between you and me? Hasimbonanga, hasimbonangu Mandela jina lape khona, lape hleli Victoria Mpenge.
All good things must come to an end. On my last day at camp, we teamed up with another excellent professional hunter, Hans, to look for mountain reed buck again. Did we connect? Let's find out.
Isafuritaka ni retanana fatsara talana mfasalamana paketriketrika reny ato fa ny fahavalony lasewaloe manatala miazakazaka ny vitim-piainana amelo mafy fa tsy azo hitaraina ny politikako manao ny ataony vity vahoaka amin'ny fomba fanaony manahirana mampisahotaka Pauru mandratra amin'ny fo tsy atana fanafanina fanafody sy ty tena rafitra tsy latranode tena marina amboariny saina minona amin'ny fo fahasalamana tandremy ihany ko zavatra kely de simba ny saina mahaiza mamindra fa sao de mangainy mangaina hoa tena marina misahotaka ny akama saina minona amin'ny fo fahasalamana tandrema amikoe misahotaka ny akama taketriketrika ny atofa ny fahavalony lasa olo.
At this point, our safari was just about over. And just before we headed to the airport, we had a couple of hours to spend with yet another professional hunter, Peter, nicknamed Grassy, to learn all there was to know about the African flora.
Gruvia flava.
Raisin bush.
Even in Botswana, the Europeans called it the brandy bush. But this is your wild raisin, your Rusenki bush in Afrikaans. The fruit is edible if you find it in summer. And each bush has got its own unique taste.
Each uprooted one.
Buffalo thorn.
Yeah.
Buffalo thorn.
Also believed to be an anti-lightning tree because of the way the shape of the branches. And then whenever a big storm would rise up and you would sit with your cattle or whatever, goats, the people would just run underneath there and believe that lightning would not strike.
hope you enjoy watching my adventure in Africa. I hope you make it there someday. If you do, see you in the Bushveld.
Every man has to be his own savior. I know I can make it on my own if I try, but I'm searching for a great heart to stand me by underneath the African sky. A great heart to stand me by. I'm searching for the spirit of the great heart to hold and keep me by. I'm searching for the spirit of the great heart under African skies. Sometimes I feel that you really know me. Sometimes there's so much you can show me. There's a highway of stars across the heavens. There's a whispering song of the wind in the grass. There's a rolling thunder across the savannah. A hope and a dream at the edge of the sky. And your life is a story like the wind. Your life is a story like the wind.